What's going on, guys? It's Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today we are going to be doing the review of this gorgeous knife. This is the Reate J.A.C.K 2.0. Stay tuned. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, first things first. This knife was provided to the channel by the man you already know and love because we've had quite a few knives on the channel from him. Stud Fishing. Ryan over there is just been a viewer for as long as I've had the channel. Super awesome dude who has sent me some of my Grail knives to review, and so we want to thank him so very much. He has just become a very good friend at this point, and yeah, he provided this knife to the channel, and this is a knife that I've actually had in my cart a few times and just never pulled the trigger. This knife is just a beautiful representation of what Reate knives can do. This is a very unique and weird knife, but in an absolute great way. I really, really love what they've done here. So this knife is a titanium integral knife. So the frame of the knife is titanium. It is a full integral. Look at just the fit and finish on this knife is absolutely flawless too, by the way. But this one is wearing the burlap micarta overlays. They make this in quite a few different variations where they have PVD coated, they have blasted satin, carbon fiber. They have some really cool like lava carbon fiber, just all sorts of different variations of this knife, which I really appreciate. This could have been like a one and done for them where they had one offering and just sold those, but they did not do that. This is definitely a flex of what Reate knives can do. Now, I have had on the channel two knives made by Reate, but they were American designs, but like the Chavez and the Todd Begg Bodega. Both of those knives are made by Reate, but were designed by American makers. And seriously, some of the best craftsmanship manufacturing that is out there. Not the best, probably, but some of the best, at least in my top three as far as manufacturers. They do an excellent job, and this is actually their design. And so I was super excited whenever I saw this for the first time. Very unique, very different, but it has a lot of things that I dig. And which one of the things I dig is different. I like the different stuff. This is right up my alley. First of all, like I said, we're working with titanium micarta, and then that blade is an M390 blade. So we're working with excellent materials. Of course, being an integral is a more expensive, higher premium manufacturing process that makes a knife a little bit more expensive. But let me tell you guys, this thing is seriously just well built. I could not find hardly any flaws with this knife as far as manufacturing, fit and finish, or anything like that. This, of course, has a removable blade. If you have not seen any videos on it, yes, this blade is removable. We'll go over that in a little bit. You've got the actual spine of the blade is a titanium frame, and it actually has bolted in, and see if we can see this, bolted in a steel. Ooh, I'm hitting the camera. That is steel that is bolted onto that titanium spine of the knife, if you will, to actually be able to bolt this M390 blade to the spine. Just an absolute different thing, but so cool. I love that. It looks cool. It functions really well. Just to go over some of the action, this thing is totally different than a lot of the other knives, even some of the integrals that I have had on the channel. I want you to kind of listen to what this thing sounds like whenever it opens. It is a thump. It's a lot of knives, I like that ting noise, the mechanical sound. This one is actually a really awesome thump, and I love it. The action on this thing is super freaking smooth. I'm talking glassy smooth on the action. Reate, I'm telling you guys, just an excellent, excellent job. The knife itself is just built so well. These plates right here do come off. They house the bearings, and they tweaked it just to perfection. One thing that this knife has going for it that a lot of other integrals don't, that will just kind of flex the capabilities of Reate. So you see on this side, it is micarta and titanium, but you don't see any hardware. You're like, well, did they glue it on there? Because some knives, they do that. But on this side, you see hardware on the outside. It was kind of you basically had to on this side, the way this knife is designed, because of this lock bar. But look, see if you can see this. Focus camera. I don't know if I can get this on there. Maybe if I turn it around like this. Let's see if we can do this. I want to show you because it's amazing. Well, I don't know if I can get that to show. Right there, kind of, sort of. You see that? Those are torque screws that hold the deadgum micarta in from the inside. Now, the only way to do that is to have some kind of a special elbow tool to get the thread in there and screw it in from this side. That is difficult. Okay, I come from manufacturing. There really is not tools that are not specialty, that would not have to be specialty made to go in there to have enough room to get and ratchet that the screws in from this side. That's amazing. I really, that is something that you just don't see all the time, that this is actually bolted to the titanium from the inside of an integral. To me, is just like, wow, that's something. The way you take this knife apart is, simple, yet a little bit just time consuming, because you do have to take these plates off. I did not do that. I just watched a couple of disassembly videos, but you have to take these side plates off, which hide the where the bearings go. It does have the insert there that has the detent ball and ramp all in that. It just is an excellent manufacturing feat. I'm just saying, that's what I love about this knife. Not only is it an excellent manufacturing feat, it's just they've made it so beautiful. Like I said, the fit and finish of this is just amazing. Look at those rounded edges, chamfered all the way around. There's the only spot of branding on the knife, which is Reate on the bottom. But the intricate milling that goes on the top here, really cool place for a lanyard. If you're a lanyard guy, titanium pocket clip, which doesn't sit very deep, but works very, very well. And then, of course, this excellent looking sheepfoot style blade. If I can get my camera to stay focused because it hates me. Yeah, just really, really cool. And as you can see, the way it bolts onto the spine here. So that's really the reason that I love this knife. It's just that good to me. Is it practical? No. Is it like an excellent EDC knife? No. But as a knife enthusiast, this gets my juices flowing. I love this knife for that. I know that not everybody out there is going to be like, you know what, I think I'm going to buy that knife and have that to be my only knife that I carry. That's not what this is. This is a flex of what Reate can do, and a very beautiful representation of manufacturing that I think a lot of knife enthusiasts are going to like. If you like different stuff, this is about as different as you can get with this detachable blade. Now, I say detachable blade because, yes, they have a Damasteel version that you can get for this, but every one of these knives come with, if you haven't seen any videos of, get this, a comb. A comb. So you can replace this blade with a comb. Now, that probably sounds a little gimmicky, and you would be right, it is. However, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I love it. I absolutely think it's genius for them to do this. Now, I love playing with knives. This is definitely a knife that I would carry with me with pride every single day. It is just an absolute wonderful representation of a knife that has wonderful action, wonderful blade steel, snappy action. Ergos are just excellent. It does have this forward finger choil, which I can choke up on. It's not the best in the world because my fat fingers. I wish it was just a little bit bigger. But other than that, wonderful. I could use this knife on a daily basis to do what I need to do in my EDC task. Now, the fact that this is here, though, I am one who has a pretty long beard. This works excellently as a beard comb. Like, I can't even explain it. And if I'm walking, because sometimes I have to go into courthouses or places like that where, there's a metal detector or whatnot, I can replace this blade and put this on here and be like, what? It's not a knife, it's a comb. And then have a fidget toy that is a beard comb, wherever the heck, airplanes, anything like that. I think that's genius. And that's exactly what I would do with this knife, is replace the blade with the comb whenever I'm going into places where that might be illegal. Boom, I have a beard comb that is well made and just an excellent fidget toy, because that's what I do with my knives anyway, is fidget with them. Now, when the blade is in there, it still fires out like it's supposed to. It fires out about the same, but of course the closing is not as false shut, just controlled, beautiful butterness like that. I mean, obviously it's still smooth, but because this has got a lot of weight cut out in it, the weight does not bring it down like the rest of them. So anyways, one of the best parts about this knife, some of the reasons, or this is probably the reason some people don't buy it, is because of this, but that was totally the reason that I'm like, yes, 100%. I think it's a great idea. Some people don't think so. That's fine. I think it's great. So this knife, of course, is not small. It has got about 8.6 inches overall, with a 3.94 inch blade and a 3.5 inch cutting edge. So definitely not a small knife. It is definitely my size of a knife. I love that. The blade thickness, of course, is about 160 thousandths thick right here, but it's not really the blade. It's the titanium piece that the blade bolts into. So it's got to be relatively thick here to get the screws in to this knife. So, and as you can see on this, that's how the blade does it. So you've got slots down here that go up in, and then the screws hold it down. It's very sturdy. I mean, you would think, damn, I can't talk today. A replaceable blade might not be very strong, but it is absolutely really sturdy. I'm not worried about, now obviously I'm not going to do very hard use for this knife, but I am not worried at all about this knife not handling my EDC tasks that I do every single day. Now you might be wondering, so how do they do the stop pin on an integral like that? Well, as you can see here, you can use that as a thumb stub, but that is an external blade stop. Boom. So a blade stop right here makes it really, really sturdy. I love the way they've done it. It makes it look good and function like a very hard use knife. So that to me is it's just a genius design. I really do. I can't not praise it enough. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's do some size comparisons here. Here it is against your PM2. Here it is against your Para 3. So as you can see, like I said, not a small knife, not one of those, regular EDC lightweight knives that you're going to find. This thing does weigh around, what I say, about 5.3 ounces. So it's definitely got some weight to it, but that is because of, the nature of the beast. You've got really big, thick titanium frame, and then also the contouredness of the micarta. So as you can see, as far as thickness, it is much thicker than the PM2 in the pocket, but it carries still very, very well. I mean, if you're used to carrying like a bug out, you're not going to think so, but it really does carry, because it's still pretty thin this way. It is contoured and thick, but that is great for just filling the hand in the pocket. I just don't think most people are going to care about it, but unless, if you count ounces, you probably will, but holy crap, am I loving this. Now, obviously, integrals can be made a little bit thinner. There it is against the Spyderco Payson, and as you can see, a much thinner profile there with the Payson versus the Reate. This is a very thin and lightweight. Well, it's still not very lightweight because it's still full titanium with a big old blade, but this does carry better than the Reate. But I just, when I say better, it's not like leaps and bounds. They both carry very well. It's just because of the slimness and the slimness this way and thickness this way, it does carry a little bit better. Of course, this one does have a MXG deep carry pocket clip, so that helps out a lot. The pocket clip on this one, like I said, does work very well. It's just not deep carry that a lot of people like. It's been about that much of the knife sticking out for me does not bother at all. Very good and rounded off right here. You're not going to have to worry about it snagging on a few things. So just all in all, I just can't get over the beauty of this knife. I want one. I wanted one before I got it in hand, and then, of course, I got it in hand thanks to Ryan, a.k.a. Stud Fishing, and now I'm just like, yep, I've got to have one day, and I probably will. I don't know if I'll get this configuration here. I don't know if I'll go with the carbon fiber. They have some that have the flamed anno on them, or it's just the flame titanium, and it's just amazing. So, yeah, look forward to that because I am going to get one. I just can't stop myself because it's that good. It's really that good. It's not for everyone, I get it, but it is that good for me to be weird, but not over the top. Expensive, yes. These are like $475, so that's going to turn a lot of people off. But I get the price. This thing, I believe, could cost even more. In some places, I'm telling you, because of the excellent way this thing was manufactured, and everything that you get. If this was American-made knife, there's no question this thing would be well over the $475. But so yeah, is that a good or a high price? Yes, it is. It's very, very high. Do I think it's worth it? Absolutely. I really, really do. I would buy that all day, every day if you had the money. I would totally do it. Now, of course, like I said, they got some beautiful damage steel blades that you can buy for these things to make it even more pretty. But I think it's gorgeous. This is a hand satin blade. I mean, and we already know if you watch my videos how much I love the hand satin that they do because my 229 is a hand satin. Don't have it here right now because it's lent to a friend. But Reate, definitely somebody to look at if you're looking for high-end knives. They are the best, in my opinion, as far as the overseas manufacturings on the Asian side. Well, I guess... yeah, Custom Knife. Well, that's probably not accurate. I like Custom Knife Factory. They're really good. Reate is really good. Probably the two that I like the best. I mean, obviously, you have things like We and Civivi. They do good work. But as far as really high-end stuff, yeah, you can't beat Reate for their amount of detail that they have. It's just amazing. I really, really don't want to send this back. I just don't. It just makes me so happy putting this in my pocket and carrying this thing with or without the blade, with the beard comb, still just as excited to be able to carry it. It is amazing. So, guys, thank you so much for stopping by and checking it out with me. If you like this kind of stuff, hit the notification bell and the subscribe button. We do giveaways all the time, so definitely go do that. Do it for notifications whenever I do that kind of stuff so you can participate and win some cool gear. Definitely go tell Ryan in the comments, Stud Fishing, that how much we appreciate him sending this kind of stuff to us. Stay safe in this crazy world that we're living in, and we will see you in the next one.